Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Tobago. I'm Davia Chambers, coming to you from the charming Tanilla Villa, number 104 at Tobago Plantations in Lowlands. It is our location for today as we catch you up on the major events and stories happening right here in Tobago. As usual, we've got plenty to share with you in the next half hour, so let's get started with this week's headline. Coral Gardens Community Park in Buku reopens, and the youth of the community are eager to get outdoors and get active. Even with social restrictions, Blue Food Festival officials are ensuring the event's 24th anniversary will be a memorable one. We continue our Vaccination, My Choice, My Safety series. This time, the religious community has its say, and we take a look at one author who's using her journey of faith to inspire others. We have all these stories and more for you when Let's Talk Tobago returns. Stay with us. Do you know someone who has provided exceptional service to Tobago? Well, here's the chance to recognize their contributions at the Tobago Day Awards 2021. Nominations are open for the Tobago Medal of Honor Gold for Distinguished and Outstanding Service, the Tobago Medal of Honor Silver for Long and Meritorious Service, the Tobago Medal of Honor Bronze for Loyal and Devoted Service, Gallantry or Human Action, and the Chief Secretary's Award for Outstanding Contributions to Tobago's development. Collect your nomination forms at the Office of the Chief Administrator, Tobago House of Assembly at Smithfield Plaza, Smithfield, Scarborough, or download at tha.gov.tt, fill out your form, and email to oca.secretary@tha.gov.tt. Nominations close on Friday, November 5th at 2 p.m. The Tobago Day Awards 2021, honoring Tobago's excellence. Playing outdoors is an experience to cherish due to the impact of COVID-19. It is especially challenging for children who are eager to get out and to get active. That's why the reopening of the Coral Gardens Community Park is a welcome news for Buku residents, and it took the support of a number of organizations to make this project a reality. Have a look. For kids like Michael and Jordan, this new community park at Coral Gardens Buku gives them an opportunity to get active outdoors in a safe space that's near to their home.
I'm happy that we open because when I come to this park, I really feel real happy, and it has a lot of people here, my friends, a lot of people.
Happy because I already know this was going to happen since that thing looked like it was finished already.
The Coral Gardens Community Park was officially reopened on October 10th. This follows 3 months of renovation works initiated by Chief Secretary and Area Representative Honorable Ansel Dennis.
Well, I feel good to have been able to keep my promise to the residents. I did give them the assurance that the park will be refurbished. And it's good to come here today to the reopening of this refurbished park. It looks good. Play equipment, exercise equipment for some of our seniors, and of course the young persons are free to engage in that as well. So I'm very pleased this afternoon.
The park was formally reopened by the Division of Settlements, Urban Renewal and Public Utilities, which constructed the perimeter fencing. The Housing Development Corporation, or HDC, installed and supplied the play park and exercise equipment. Corporate sponsor Warner Construction and Sanitation Limited built the gazebo and refurbished the footpath.
It kind of takes me back to my own childhood. I mean, it really wasn't like this. I can't think of myself having had a play park where I lived and where I. But so for me, especially because this is COVID and you have social distancing, but you still want the children, because we know over the last, in some countries almost 2 years, children really have not been able to go out and play.
The park and gym feature a double bay swing set, slides, a merry-go-round, an air walker, a rowing machine, a sit-up board, park benches, and concrete picnic table and bench sets.
Your health is your wealth. We have some wonderful equipment here as well, not only for kids but as well for the parents. So parents would be able to bring their kids to the park, and in the same breath they are able to go and exercise. I think this initiative would also increase the awareness, or health awareness.
I I know the type of excitement, the kind of anticipation the people in the community had, and they really looked forward to that. I'm from Bethel Village, and I know the young people from Bethel, the children, come to Plymouth to utilize the park there and to have that open space where they can have children's parties and that kind of thing. So now it's closer to home for the people of Puku, also for the people of Bethel, and I hope that throughout Tobago we continue to have these green spaces, these open spaces secured for our children to have a place to play.
Refurbishment works began in May and ended on August 19th. Tobago's signature Blue Food Festival is in its 24th year of existence. That's enough reason to celebrate, even with COVID-19 related social restrictions in place. So this year, the Tobago Festivals Commission is delivering on the excitement with a series of virtual activities and the chance to savor your favorite dashing delicacies. Ryan McCool tells us how in this next story.
The Blue Food Festival was conceived as a community event in Lansfomé, receiving support from the Tobago House of Assembly. In 2004, the Division of Tourism declared the event an official Tobago festival with an organizing committee comprising of village and assembly members. To date, the festival has expanded to include Bloody Bay and Palatavir. Tobago Festivals Commission CEO John Arnold says this year's festival will be held in strict compliance with COVID-19 regulations. It began with a virtual calypso competition which ran from October 5th to the 16th. A video competition is scheduled for Blue Day, October 22nd, and the main cooking competition is a day later on the 23rd. The Commission is also collaborating with the police and the health division to create blue food safe zones for October 24th.
And the curbside becomes interesting because what we're trying to do is really adhere to all the protocols of the health and the state of emergency.
Vendors will set up 18 food booths in Lansfomé, 6 in Palatavir, and 3 more in Bloody Bay. All menus will be available on the Commission's Facebook page.
Persons can do what I call pre-orders. That will help us a lot in terms of you just go pick up. There will be no eating on premises. There will be no music because the idea is, again, we're still in a pandemic, but it gives persons a nice, you can drive up there, see the landscape, see the picturesque landscape that we have, the rainforest, the greenery, and collect your food.
Patrons can also experience other local traditions.
They would also have other things like the dirt oven and the pig roasting and so on. All that would happen, but again, persons will need to note that they have to be in lines of 5. If not, they have to stay in their cars. And all this will be guided with the guidance of the police and so on.
The Commission will also host digital challenges on Facebook and Instagram. Just search Tobago Festivals Commission for more details. I'm Ryan McCool for Let's Talk Tobago.
The hurricane season brings with it the threat of property damage. Recently, it was the turn of residents in East Tobago to get much-needed assistance with home repairs from the Division of Settlements, Urban Renewal and Public Utilities. And they were pleased to receive their home improvement grants, as you'll find out in this story. That's Reginald Powder, a resident of Roxborough who's constructing his own home. And now he has the funds to assist with its completion. Reginald was one of over 100 Tobago East residents who received a home improvement grant from the Division of Settlements, Urban Renewal and Public Utilities.
It took some time, but like we know, it's under the pandemic. And I'm in the process of, reconstructing my house. So I planned for it to go to that and only that. And it took some time, but at least I finally got it. So I'm happy.
First and second tranches of the grants were distributed. They're valued at $25,000, $7,500 and $20,000.
This year we were able to expend approximately $8 million in grants, and of that you would take at least 3/4. I am happy to know that the people here are applying for the grants. They are coming into the division seeking assistance despite it is a pandemic. we are still in the business of assisting persons through our social programs.
The Settlements Division collaborated with the Division of Health, Wellness and Family Development, which has the mandate to assist with social and economic development in vulnerable communities.
You will find that in this particular instance, we have been working hand in hand with the Division of Housing and Settlement so that we can come up with various programs to continue to treat with those persons who would need the kind of support within the communities. And so whether those programs has to do with assisting with home improvement and upgrade, whether it has to do with the eradication of outhouses, from the perspective of health, from the perspective of family development and wellness, we will provide them with the support.
Meanwhile, Administrator of the Division of Settlements, Urban Renewal and Public Utilities, Shelley Trim, says the division is definitely servicing home improvement needs of residents of Tobago.
This COVID-19 pandemic has greatly impacted our way of life. We are now in what is considered the new normal. However, our division still found the way to serve your needs and assist you.
Well, I feel good, you know. I was a long wait, but with it, man. I finished me our house. How far I push.
The distribution ceremony took place at the Roxborough Administrative Complex. We have to take a break, but when we return, we'll bring you the 6th edition of our Vaccination, My Choice, Your Safety series. Stay with us.
While this coronavirus pandemic continues to challenge us every day in every way, especially in tourism, now is not the time to let our guard down.
I choose to protect myself, my family,
my co-workers,
my community,
and this beautiful place called Tobago.
Because it's going to take a united effort to create a safer Tobago
for residents, frontline staff,
and hopefully very soon visitors from abroad.
Together, we can do the right thing by putting our mask on,
physical distancing,
following all the recommended safety protocols to fight the spread of this virus.
Tobago needs every single one of us to do the right thing.
And lead by example.
No matter who we are.
As an entertainer,
as a sister and friend,
as a husband,
an entrepreneur,
a leader. I put my mask on, and so should you.
Join us in putting your mask on, because covering your face is one small act of kindness
that has the power to bring us together and potentially save a life.
So put your mask on.
So put your mask on.
So put your mask on.
So put your mask on. Please, let's help to return this island to normalcy.
We continue with our Vaccination, My Choice, Your Safety series, where we share the experiences and perspectives of people who've been vaccinated against the COVID-19 virus. In this episode, we chatted with representatives from a few religious organizations. Here's what they had to say.
Sinopharm vaccination. I'm fully vaccinated and I'm comfortable. So as ministers, we took the vaccine and set an example for the church. So when we say to them, take the vaccine, we are not being deceptive. We are being upfront, we took it. We are alive still and we know everybody's body is different, but we trust God would keep us. So we took the vaccine.
Both myself and my wife, we took the Sinopharm vaccine at the Kenan Bonaccord Health Center. Most of the members in my community have taken the vaccine. The Muslim community in Tobago, thank God, over 75% of our membership have taken the vaccine. And so far, nobody didn't have any problem, any side effects where the vaccine is considered.
I took the Sinopharm vaccine. The reason for taking the vaccine is that we never know who has it, if you could contract it or anything like that. So I say, listen, to be on a safer side, let me take the vaccine.
I still thought that because of my exposure level, I'd want to reduce my personal risk. But then there's the second thing, which is the external benefit of my being vaccinated. Because I'm vaccinated, even if I were to develop COVID, right, my symptoms aren't going to be severe. The amount of virus in my body is going to be less. So I'm less infectious to the people around me. So I can still pass it on to them, but I'm less likely to do so.
If I love my family and we are all vaccinated, I'm going to do what is possible and necessary to keep them alive and healthy. So, we're using reasoning, we also, using the science, and we give God thanks that He has made, it available to us.
After the first SARS coronavirus, SARS part 1, right, several years ago, scientists had already started working on vaccines against the coronavirus. So a lot of the ideas and the research, the basic research and the technology was already done before 2019 occurred.
We have been taking vaccination against so many diseases since a child is born, to a child reaches the age. Now we are in a pandemic, and if there's something out there that gives us hope, and if there's something that can help us, why should we not take it? Because it's clear that disease and sickness, they will continue to come, but at the same time there will be antidotes, there will be vaccines and so on, and we have to give it a try, because this might help save millions and millions and millions of lives.
When those vaccines get into your body, what's going to happen is that little piece of the virus genetic material is going to make you produce copies of the spike protein of the virus, and that's what your body is going to react to and form antibodies against.
It's not only for you, it's for your household, those who you come into contact with and all like that, you help to safeguard our nation.
I'm encouraging people that I have taken it, I'm giving my children it, and this may help save our lives.
Let us see how best we can get our nation back to a level of normalcy where we could relate to each other again, go out and do the things that make for a healthy life, because after a while, this pressure of being home and locked down is not good for our people. We need to do what we can, and if taking a vaccine is going to help that process, take it. I believe once we also try to keep our immune systems up by being healthy, we are going to add to the level of protection we have.
Since 2002, October has been officially declared as Calypso History Month. It's a period dedicated to celebrating a musical art form that really reflects our national cultural heritage. Tobago is commemorating Calypso History Month through a series of virtual activities to help preserve the art form and celebrate its flag bearers under the theme, The Bell Reigns. Here's more.
From its timeless melodies resonating on steel pan to the evolutions of poetic rapso and enticing soca, Calypso remains foundational to Trinidad and Tobago's cultural identity. Charged with preserving this art form, the Department of Culture in Tobago joins TUCO in celebrating Calypso History Month.
You can join us at the Tourism Branch Office at Crown Point, where you'll be able to see the exhibits and to view and understand and appreciate the history of the Calypso, its movement through the passage, and it has evolved into one of the sustainable art forms of today. Additionally, we take this opportunity to recognize all our Calypsonians in Tobago of Tobago born and birth, including Lord Nelson and Calypso Rose as the iconic shadow.
Schools and religious groups are also being engaged to ensure Calypso's sustainability in keeping with the theme, The Bell Reigns.
We have information that's pertinent to our culture and to show how they are linked with each other as far as the Calypso art form is concerned. So we have a youth organization. We also have a dramatic presentation which will come to show Calypso in dance movement. We also have the children and especially able children at that ringing the bells to tell the story.
Ms. Gillian Franklin, Cultural Officer 1, says the Culture Department aims to pass on teachings of legendary Calypsonians. Celebrations will include features highlighting late icons The Mighty Shadow and Brother Resistance, titled Shadowology and Rhapsody respectively.
Coming out of this year's presentation, virtually of course, we're going to have a series of lecture or discussions that will be held with Tamiko Moore, Sheldon Bailey, Omari Ashby, as well as Opuku Wari. And their focus is going to be on Shadow, his life, his work, as well as Rhapsody evolution. After which, we challenged youths again between the ages of 12 to 18 to come up with creative ways of expressing Shadow in an impersonation competition and also creating an original Rhapsody composition.
Selected schools will also stage theatrical presentations. For more on the celebrations of this year's Calypso History Month, visit the Division of Tourism, Culture and Transportation on Facebook. I'm Ryan McCool for Let's Talk Tobago.
The list of environmentally sustainable green key sites in Tobago continues to grow. In this next story, we'll take you to Adventure, where another property was recently awarded the internationally recognized Green Key Certificate. Here's more from Omadara Mills.
Adventure Eco Villas, Farm and Nature Reserve is a calm and enchanting green space that's been charming visitors since 2001. Visitors are surrounded by lush foliage and a variety of birds, along with other wildlife. Owner Ian Mackay and his staff are always working to maintain an eco-friendly environment. They are keen on environmental conservation, sustainable water and energy consumption, as well as the repurposing of materials. It makes this site a perfect candidate for the globally recognized Green Key Award and one of only 4 visitor accommodations in the English-speaking Southern Caribbean that's Green Key certified.
Last 2 years have been very challenging. So we have to come out with something different that the rest of the world does not have. Tobago has a unique type of environment, and this Green Key just endorses everything that Tobago is all about. And I feel that it will help in selling the island. I see tremendous benefits, and I hope that the traveling public would appreciate what we do, and that should be one of the factors in deciding where to stay.
The Green Key program is an initiative of the international organization, the Foundation for Environmental Education. In Trinidad and Tobago, the NGO Green TNT facilitates the program. Green TNT looks at 13 areas when auditing sites that seek certification. They include waste management, green activities like Adventure Eco Villas, Adopt or Plant a Tree program, and environmental management. Mr. Mackay and his team have been praised for the environmentally conscious work they've been doing for the past 2 decades.
Adventure Eco Villas has been doing sustainable initiatives for many, many years. So they're very deserving, and having this award just validates what he has been doing for a very long time. We just want to congratulate him and his team for their wonderful efforts and to continue their efforts too, because we think that what they've been doing here can easily be replicated in other sites.
The Tobago Tourism Agency TTAL works closely with establishments like Adventure Eco Villas, Farm and Nature Reserve to get them Green Key ready. Product Development Officer Kirsten Corby-Irvin explains why the agency supports this program.
Green and sustainability, eco is it's the new trend. It's the new talk. So Tobago's properties going that way will increase our international appeal, because people now decide, where do I travel? Where can I leave less of a footprint? Where recycles? Where has initiatives within the community? And programs like Green Key has that within the program.
The Eco Certificate can be awarded to attraction sites, restaurants, hotels and small accommodations. Adventure Eco Villas, Farm and Nature Reserve, Native Abode, Banana Keet and Shepherd's Inn are the only sites that have Green Key status in Tobago. The aim is to increase the number of establishments that are Green Key certified in time to come. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
It is time for a break, but when we return, we'll hear the story of an author who found redemption after tragedy. We'll have more when Let's Talk Tobago returns. Stay with us. Do you know someone who has provided exceptional service to Tobago? Well, here's the chance to recognize their contributions at the Tobago Day Awards 2021. Nominations are open for the Tobago Medal of Honor Gold for Distinguished and Outstanding Service, the Tobago Medal of Honor Silver for Long and Meritorious Service, the Tobago Medal of Honor Bronze for Loyal and Devoted Service, Gallantry or Human Action, and the Chief Secretary's Award for Outstanding Contributions to Tobago's development. Collect your nomination forms at the Office of the Chief Administrator, Tobago House of Assembly at Smithfield Plaza, Smithfield, Scarborough, or download at tha.gov.tt, fill out your form, and email to oca.secretary@tha.gov.tt. Nominations close on Friday, November 5th at 2 p.m. The Tobago Day Awards 2021, honoring Tobago's excellence. Now, this next story is about faith, hope, and a personal transformation. It's the story of Crystal Baines Hosseini, who found redemption in the midst of her pain, and she's sharing her journey with the aim of helping others through her new book. Crystal George sat down with Mrs. Baines Hosseini to bring you this story. Have a look.
Sometimes good things are born out of tragedy, like this book, My Favorite Scriptures, from Christian author Crystal Baines Hosseini. It's the product of her own rebirth that has Crystal walking firmly in faith. Her life transformation has also led to personal developments for Crystal, and her focus is on living in Christ and serving others. She says her journey was the inspiration behind writing her first book.
I was not always a Christian. I always went to church. I actually went to the Spring Garden Moravian Church. I grew up in church. My family grew up in church. But you know, when we're growing up in church, we are not always believers. I gave my life to God following a really tragic loss. And I used all the experiences after that loss, after I gave my life to God, to really pour it into this book. So what you are finding in this book is that you're finding my heart. You're finding these are the scriptures that basically changed and transformed my life.
Crystal says she used her personal experiences to write this 30-page book. She says it's aimed at guiding those in the faith as well as seasoned born-again Christians.
I've tried my best to use personal experiences to try to convey why these scriptures were so beneficial to me. My hope is that those who read it would have the same life-transforming impact that the Word of God would bring into their lives.
Crystal says the book is easy to read. In fact, it's designed to nourish your daily life.
Each reflection has an exhortation on a particular scripture. It is followed by a prayer and then what I call a daily encouragement.
If you'd like to get your personal copy of My Favorite Scriptures, contact Crystal at 484-8728. It's also available on the web. Just search for My Favorite Scriptures on Amazon.com or check out imaniblog.com. I'm Crystal George for Let's Talk Tobago.
So we've come to the end of yet another edition of Let's Talk Tobago, and as always, we thank you for watching. Please email us with your comments or queries about the program, and be sure to visit our website, like our Office of the Chief Secretary Facebook page, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. For more information on the Tanilla Villa number 104, you can contact Janelle at Pint Size Paradise at 497-9263. From our house to yours, I'm Davia Chambers, along with the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, wishing you a safe and fantastic week. We leave you with a montage of this villa. Do enjoy.